Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this year in review for the Engineering Bay for the year of 2024. I'm recording this in 2025, looking back on the year that the channel's had and things like that, basically, and just want to talk to you about my thoughts and feelings on everything. Overall, been a lot of growth for the channel in 2024, and I am, as per usual, internally grateful for everybody that subscribes, that watches the video, likes, leaves comments, all that sort of stuff. Negative or positive, you know, the fact that people are taking their time out of their day to watch the content I put up is super awesome and will forever be super awesome. The year has been, or 2024 was very good for the channel. Like I said, you know, we started off finishing off Borderlands 2 as that sort of playthrough, but as the year went on, like, you know, because the problem is with playthroughs is that there was like 20 parts to that, kind of went on for a while. But ultimately, like, you know, we started off the year with some good videos. We had me talking about Advance Wars returning in 2023. We talked about Baldur's Gate and why I struggled to finish it, and that was a bit of a negative sting, I think, for a lot of people who weren't overly fans of that. But we started off the year talking about games like Shantae and the Seven Sirens. I finally played that. I was playing Nine Parchments at the time, so I finally played that. It was a good co-op game. And talking about colour blindness in that as well, because that game can be an absolute nightmare for someone who's colourblind like myself. Talked about Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew, which is a game that I absolutely loved and still do. That game is awesome. And we also started off the year with me talking about Dune Spice Wars at the time, how I was very split on the game, and basically saying, hey, look, there's a good game here, this is part that I'm not a big fan of. And that was kind of the start of the year, in the first couple of months, doing videos on just things that had come out and wrapping things up, and that went down pretty well. As the year went on, I did like the Next Go GripCon review. Mario vs Donkey Kong came out, the remake of that. Humankind, I finally played that. Runner 2 got ported to Switch, so I did a video on that. Me and the boys started playing Back 4 Blood again, and I did a video on saying, like, hey, is this game better in 2024? And there's some elements to it that were. And a lot of this stuff was going down a tree. Anytime you revisit a game, I found, like, a lot of the time I've revisited a game, I did it with Titan Quest later in the year, Path of Exile, Back 4 Blood, people are interested because they want to know whether it's worth picking it up now, because these games came out a while ago or a few years ago. It's like, is it in a better state, that sort of thing, so that was good. Also, the first year I played Mass Effect 1. I'm not a big fan of Mass Effect 1. I could see where the series improved massively from my time playing with the second game. Mass Effect 1 was fun, it was very short, it was quite a repetitive game, and I was like, oh, I'm about a 6 on this, you know, like, I don't feel like the game is as good as people made out to be. But then I did play the second game, and that's another game that I need to finish in 2025, because that game already, from the bits that I played, I was like, okay, I can see the improvements here, I can see where the game's going. I do want to finish this trilogy. But I made the mistake of playing them back to back. Now, some people don't have a problem with that. Me, I get burnt out very quickly, so wasn't necessarily the best thing. One thing I did do in 2024 was lift the Activision Blizzard ban. I still don't like the company that much, but it allowed me to sort of tackle some games like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, some StarCraft 2 talk, which I was fine with. Ultimately, if more stuff came out, I was willing to be like, nope, I'm done with that. But it allowed me to do some more videos, and then we had sort of springtime, and this is where I played Tomb Raider 2013 for the first time. This is where I played Mad Max, and it's also when I got the chance to play Super Mario RPG Remake. Now, these are all different games, different systems. Tomb Raider I really enjoyed for what it was. Mad Max I enjoyed for the most part. It started to overstay its welcome towards the end, and also Super Mario RPG Remake was. It turned out I was like, oh, okay, this is good. It's also when I finally got around to playing eventually Prince of Persia Lost Crown, because it's gone on sale as well. And that's a game that I think is a very good game. It's got some difficulty issues, but for the most part it's a very good game. But 2024, at this point, a lot of the videos were getting over 100 views, or getting close to 100 views. So already I was having significantly more viewership, and I was getting subscribers at an okay rate. And that was awesome. There is a point to this, and we will get to it. This is why I'm kind of reviewing. I've got off the videos off to the side here, but why I'm reviewing it. Obviously, Paper Mario Thousand Year Door came out. That was a game that I absolutely loved. Borderlands 3, the Switch mode came out, which I absolutely loved. And I'd also started to look at some other things as well. So during this time, I was looking at doing more video game music related stuff. So I did something on Turok Rage Wars, which if you haven't seen the video, it's my favorite soundtrack on Game Boy Color. I think Jose Gonzalez is a god when it comes to that. I did Stronghold Definitive Edition, and we did more music on like Donkey Kong, Sonic Origins Plus I finally played. I did my top 10 first party Nintendo Switch games, which is a scripted video which did very well. Got almost 500 views. And you know, at this time, while I'm doing a lot of this stuff, at this particular time, my viewership was on the up. You know, and it was really cool to see. And then I carried on doing things like that. We had Marvel's Midnight Suns I did, Need for Speed Most Wanted, that went down alright. Did soundtracks on Earthworm Jim, Pineapple Smash Crew. I had access to Stormgate early. And this continued on. I was doing various games like Rayman and Injustice and Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Return to Moria, and talking about various different things. Turok, I finally played the Turok games, like the N64 games, Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. Just loads of videos. I did videos on the remake of the demo of Little Big Adventure, the demo of Commando's Origins, all this stuff. And then something happened that I was not expecting that kind of tanked the channel quite hard. And that was, at this point, I was trying out the promotion part of YouTube. And I only put a small amount of money on, and I do mean a small amount, just to test it out. I'm like, okay, I'm going to put a bit of money in on this. We'll see how it does. And that helped bring in viewership, because that was the point. It was just like, I just want more eyes on the video. I'm not looking to buy subscribers, but, you know, the higher the viewership, people more likely to find it, likely to be interested in the content that I create, or whatever I create with the guys. And that went pretty well. And then I realized that YouTube, when you set up the AdSense thing, YouTube takes a cut every month of, like, here you go, it's this amount every month, bum, 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 bum. Now, I was under the impression when I used this that it would just be a month-long thing and that would end. The promotion would be done, it would just end, and you just set up the promotion however you want. Not the case. Now, this is probably partly on me for not reading some of the parts I should have read, but it didn't make it very clear that that was going to happen. So I cancelled it. When I cancelled it, everything tanked. And this was at the point where I had put out, so just to give you guys an example, I had done an update for October. So the video before that was thoughts on Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and that got about 100 views. Fine. Then I did an update for October, 17 views. Then I did top 10 NES tracks, 15 views. Then I did Path of Exile in 2024, which I thought would do alright, 13 views. Then I did a video on the music from Turok, specifically Port of Adir, 10 views. And it just went on like this, and everything went no more than about 12 views. And this is specifically after I cancelled the promotion. Now, don't get me wrong, it is very well a case of many of those views were coming from just people passing by and maybe only watching like a minute of the video or whatever. But to see a drop so significant, like, we're not even talking like hitting high numbers at all. The only video that during this time period that eventually got okay viewership was my Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 for the Switch. And looking back now, it's like, oh, okay, this is up at like 50 videos. This is really cool. Everything else was, the highest was like 20, and everything else was massively dropped. Now, during this time, it's very disheartening because I had got on a roll of putting out videos based on games. Now, we were coming to the end of the year at this point, and I needed... So December, just to set the scene, December and November are very busy for me. So that's why I put a playthrough up in December. I do not expect the playthroughs to be very popular. It's not my strong point. It's not why people come to the channel. So I don't expect a lot from that. And I put up Mark of the Ninja Remastered, and it didn't do great. And that's fine. It was just content to cover people, something to watch over while I was basically taking December off, dealing with my real-world job and whatnot. And so that brings us to a weird problem that I ran into, and I have to be very careful going forward. Is I'm not saying that YouTube specifically tanked my channel based on the promotions, but without doing that again and seeing what happens, I'm under the impression that if I do not continue to put money into it, like, I can naturally grow the channel back to where it was. I'm not worried about that. I can do a ton of content and, you know, go back to getting those 50 to 100 views, and I'm fine with that, right? As long as I'm picking up subscribers every, you know, couple of subscribers here and there. Just to let you guys know, at this point, while I'm doing this video, I'm at 386 subscribers and 896 videos. So that's almost 900 videos, which is crazy, and almost 400 subscribers, which is also crazy. I'm not going to downplay that number. I really, really wanted to hit 400 for 2024, but you know what? We will hit 400 this year, and we'll go from there. But I know I can get the channel back to that sort of stable point by uploading just content that people want to see, a lot more opinion machines, stuff like that, tackling like videos. But I definitely left a sour taste in my mouth that because that promotion, which was on my Moria video, I believe, completely, and once it stopped, everything just went. And I'm a small channel, I get it, people aren't going to find me, but in the past I've done certain videos and they've blown up to a decent size. It's brought in maybe 10 subscribers, they've got 500 views, maybe more. If I go to some of my if I go to like my popular videos, if we take away the reaction videos, my second highest video on this channel was is Torchlight 3 better in a better place in 2023? I didn't do anything to that video, it just happened to fall at the right time, which is partly YouTube, and it got 30k views. So I know that I can do videos that people will want to watch, like switch port stuff, things like that, just videos based on certain aspects, and that's fine. But I can't deny that I think that YouTube definitely, something happened and it massively dropped off, like to the point where it's more than it should have been. So overall 2024 for the channel has been really good. More viewership, more comments, more likes, people enjoying the content it's been putting out, which is awesome. But it also had its big down point, and I don't know why. What happened there from doing that promotion? It's definitely that promotion, and ending is definitely to blame. Yes, some of the content, I agree, maybe it's more music focused and stuff, maybe not to everyone's liking, but I've always mixed my content up on this channel, so I don't know how much of an impact that had. But going into 2025, I will be looking... the way that YouTube sets up his AdSense stuff is really frustrating and complicated, and I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it because the way it was set up originally, it's just a mess. I hope to do it, at least an attempt at doing it again, to help just give the channel a little nudge. You know, nothing crazy. We're not going to spend loads of money. If I do manage to do that, and the same thing happens again, I know full well that there's something very strange going on with the back end. But all in all, 2024 was a good year for the channel. I am very proud of the content that I put out. I'm very proud of growing the channel to the level it is now, and that continuous goal of what's the next milestone, you know, hitting 400 subscribers, then hitting 500 subscribers, and so on and so forth. Putting out you know, the same sort of content that I enjoy doing, that you guys know if I was faking stuff, so I'm not going to try and do that. Doing video game music related things, doing opinion machines, there's other stuff I want to do, right? So this is all going to culminate into me doing all these different types of videos. But a lesson has been learned that, you know, YouTube is not my friend in a lot of ways, and considering what happened, it's very disheartening. But I will at some point, you know, within the next few weeks, you'll get a video of what my plans are for 2025, what I want to do, what I'd like to do going forward, and potential changes and things to the channel. Because I think some things will have to change, just for my own sake of how I work and things like that. So we'll see what comes of it. But all in all, I just want to give you a good review of that, and just so you guys know kind of what's been going on in 2024, and then I look forward to what's going to be happening in 2025. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. As always, if you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more content like this, then hit subscribe. Links for Facebook and Twitter will be down below in the description as always, and until next video, I will see you then.